Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Simone Nicole here, back at it again with another video. And today's video is going to be a makeup and hair therapy type of video. I am going to be walking y'all through some of this process, but for the most part, I'm going to keep it calm. I'm going to keep it chill. I'm going to let y'all listen to music and vibe out because a lot of what I'm doing is pretty self-explanatory. We're first going to start out by applying our wig. So I am, of course, going to start with a braid down. To limit the heat on my hair, I decided to just put my hair in 2 braids and then take those 2 braids out and then comb my hair out. Y'all know that I have been saying that I'm trying not to use brushes or combs as of recently. And this one was like an exception to that rule. I used a wide tooth comb, kicking it old school, you know what I'm saying? And that worked out pretty well for me. I definitely took my time. Mind you, I'm tender-headed, so ignore the faces that I'm making. It really wasn't all that bad. Now that the hair is all combed out, these are the products that I'm going to be using to keep my hair good while it is in these braids or underneath the wig. These are products by Plant Made. They have kindly sent me PR on multiple occasions, and the whole point of their brand is to focus on hair regrowth and just healthy hair that starts from the scalp. So I am going to be integrating all 4 steps in their system into this routine. And for my braid out, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to braid straight down, part in the middle, on either side, and I'm going to be leaving the front part out because we're actually going to be doing a behind the hairline wig. This was a technique that I got off of a girl on TikTok. Her name is Erin. She is a hairstylist out of Dallas, Texas, and I love her method for how she does wigs, so I definitely decided to do that. I just made sure that the braids at the front were on the thin side, and then they're going to get bigger as we go towards the back of the head because the front needs to lay flatter, whereas the back can be a little bit bulky. So after I'm done braiding everything down, I sewed all of the hair down in the back of my head. And as you can see, my braid down is very, very simple, but very, very easy and flat, which is exactly what we want. Now I'm going in with all of the Plant Made products for hair growth, hair health, all of those things. Then I'm going to take this heat protectant spray by Heritage, and then I'm also going to take my Color Wow Dream Coat, and I'm going to soak my hair in both of those products. I don't really care about my hair getting like weighed down because it is truly just to cover up the lace. So if my hair is stiff, child, the wig won't be. And now that that's done, let's get to actually applying the wig. So y'all saw me fussing with this wig on a few videos, child. But this wig is, I think it's 16 inches. I'll have all of the details and where I got it from in the description box. I ended up cutting it shorter because I really wanted that like lob look. I wanted it to look extremely natural, like it's a silk press. So I am going to sew this wig down just because I don't really have a desire to be taking it on and off every day. I focus on sewing the lace to those front two braids and then just really putting some anchoring stitches around the hairline, but not all the way around, which is just how I prefer to wear my wig, so I can still like stick my hand in there if need be. Then taking down the wig, I saw that there was still a lot of negative space because this wig comes with a pre-plucked hairline and it's done really well. So it's designed to wear, you know, like not behind the hairline, but that's just not so great for what we're using it for. So I'm going to do my best to blend in the lace and my hair, starting with some Got To Be glue, packing that down, and then going in with this It's Giving scalp spray. This is by a small black-owned brand that I found on TikTok. I will make sure to link them down below as well. Then we're gonna just put the band on and let that sit while we do our makeup. Now for this makeup, listen, this makeup ate down. There was a couple of mistakes that I made, but we're gonna talk about it. First, I got to try this Rare Beauty eyebrow gel and it really did live up to the hype. It was so good upon first use, which is really rare for eyebrow gels because y'all know I love the Refi one, and this one is really on par with the Refi. Highly recommend her. And of course, everything mentioned in this video will be linked down in my description box. Then I proceeded to fill in my eyebrows with different eyebrow pens because I like how hair-like those strokes look. Then I go in with a little concealer underneath the brow that's up closer to my skin tone, but it's a little bit brighter. And then I drag that same concealer down on to my lid. And then I use a skin tone eyeshadow in order to set the concealer down so it doesn't crease. And then for today's look, I just wanted to do something like really cute and simple. So I took the new Huda Beauty palette and I just used a little sparkle from there. And then I used my Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadow, did a little sparkle from there.
Heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Now it's time for complexion. Now this is where I messed up. I'm using a bunch of new Huda products today because they were kind enough to basically send everything I would need to do a full face in PR. And one of them was a color corrector. And I was like, I want to color correct like the girls do. Child, why did I go this hard? I did not know how pigmented and how like thick this color corrector was, but don't you worry, I soon found out. Now where I also messed up is that I should have set this color corrector down with a skin tone loose powder, but I did not. I have since done that since filming this video, but instead I just went on top of it with a foundation, which is also a foundation stick by Huda. And all it did was mix the foundation stick in with the color corrector, which just made my foundation mad warm. But we're gonna correct that later by making sure to use products with neutral undertones, including this concealer by Huda. It might look a little warm on camera, but it is a true neutral tone concealer, which was perfect. And then everything else in this routine was also neutral. Also, something that I like to do is make sure that I am sitting down all of my cream products before I touch my powder products. And as y'all can see, the face is coming together phenomenally. Like, this was a lot of new products for me, but this face is about to eat this day, okay? Now that all our cream products are down, let's do powders. This YSL Prism powder, the girls never lied about it. Never lied. Look at the way that this powder goes on. Like, airbrush isn't even the word. I just can't believe it. That's literally all I hopped on here to say, because y'all have seen me do the rest of these steps a million times. So you're gonna see that these last steps are just me going in and perfecting everything. So I am using the Easy Bake powder just to brighten up underneath my under eyes. And then I'm using that skin tone powder just to make sure all of my makeup is blending in beautifully, all with each other, and the face is like flowing all as one. And then just adding a little more color back to my cheeks to make sure that my blush is still prominent. And then y'all know that this is my favorite lip to do, just a good old neutral lip. And now that the makeup is done, do you see how good this makeup looks? Like, be so for real. Now let's get to styling the hair. Once I took this band off, I was like, ah, damn, like this is pretty noticeable. So I did end up taking the wig off maybe like 2 days later and cutting off a lot of that lace just so I didn't have that harsh line of demarcation, and the wig looks super natural. If you look at my blog that went up, in my time it's today, but for y'all it was yesterday, you can see how much more natural it looks. But don't you worry, I'm about to do my big one in this video as well. So I am taking a black eyeshadow and I'm basically blending in where that lace is, and then making sure to comb the hair and manipulate the hair in ways that like just help to camouflage that lace. The way to make a wig look as natural as possible, that look of like the super duper perfect part and the super flat hair. When you get a silk press, is your hair that flat? Something tells me it's not. So therefore, when you're doing your wigs, you don't want your wigs to be flat like that either, because then the more natural and voluminous and full of life and body your wig is, it's gonna mimic your hair much more. So I don't do baby hairs. I don't do, like I said, the harsh part and all of those things, because I want it to look like my hair, especially with this length. So this is what we are looking like at the end of this process. I really do feel like we ate down. I did have some minor adjustments to make to the wig, but besides that, the makeup and the hair is eating. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and picked up some tips and tricks along the way. Everything I use will be down in the description box, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, you guys.
White Christmas.